Israel's preparing for a massive military escalation in Gaza just as Hamas declares that peace talks are pointless and aid remains completely blocked. So, is a full-blown occupation coming next? Tensions in the Middle East have just taken a dramatic turn. In the past hour, a senior Hamas official told the BBC that negotiating with Israel is now pointless. A chilling statement that comes as Gaza continues to suffer under a complete blockade of humanitarian aid. Meanwhile, over in Israel, the government isn't backing down. In fact, it's doing the opposite. The Israeli Security Cabinet has just approved a bold and controversial plan to massively expand its military offensive against Hamas in Gaza. We're talking about tens of thousands of fresh troops being called up, signaling that Israel may be preparing for a long-term presence, potentially a full occupation of the territory. Why now? Well, a few key developments might explain the timing. Firstly, ceasefire talks have completely broken down, leaving the region with little hope for a diplomatic breakthrough. Secondly, former US President Donald Trump is scheduled to visit the region next week for high-stakes meetings with leaders from Arab Gulf nations. Some believe Israel is trying to seize this moment, either to ramp up pressure on Hamas or to reshape the situation on the ground before any new international deals are on the table. According to our Middle East correspondent in Jerusalem, this latest move reflects Israel's determination to crush Hamas militarily and force the release of around 24 hostages still believed to be held inside Gaza. But with such a high-risk strategy, serious questions are being raised, both inside and outside the country. The European Union has already voiced alarm, warning that this expanded military campaign could bring even more civilian casualties and deepen Gaza's suffering. The United Nations Secretary General has also expressed grave concerns, particularly about the worsening humanitarian disaster unfolding in the region. And it is a disaster. For more than 2 months, Israel has completely blocked aid from entering Gaza, leaving over 2 million people trapped, desperate, and starving. Aid agencies and rights groups are warning that this could amount to starvation being used as a weapon of war, something that is considered a war crime under international law. Despite Israel's aggressive military stance, not everyone in the country is on board. The families of the remaining hostages are now speaking out. They accuse the government of prioritizing territorial control over the safe return of their loved ones. In a powerful statement, the Hostage Families Forum demanded a meeting with Israel's top military chief, asking directly how he plans to protect the lives of their family members amid this intensifying war. And public opinion in Israel appears to be shifting too. Recent polls suggest that most Israelis would actually support a deal to bring the hostages home, even if that meant bringing the war to an end. So, as world leaders prepare to step into this crisis and the region teeters on the edge of further chaos, the big questions remain. Will this new military surge break Hamas or break Gaza? And with diplomacy off the table, is there any real hope left for peace? Stay tuned, because this story is far from over.